this is how you create new units or edit existing units. I'm going to start by you would create a new map. However you ever do that, you can press OK. I've already created one here. And then if you jump in here, let's see. Right. So I've already created it. You're gonna start off by, I don't know. Let's create like an EXO for player one actually, and save that. And then if we jump over to, so I have this open here. I have the untitled map one open. What that did was add this unit to what JXP. I'm doing a tutorial. I'm doing a very shitty tutorial just because I don't even know if anybody's gonna use it. But essentially, right. This file was blank, and then adding that gunner created one of the pre-placed named objects. And we're gonna be editing. So an EXO is called a gunner internally, and we're gonna be creating a copy of that. But first off, where do you get this runtime session JSON? So there's a way to get it from just the map files, but it's probably easier that if you look at this repo that I will link, there's the shipping runtime files. So it's included in this, essentially that this is what this file is, but it also exists locally on your computer if you're curious, but I won't show that. So what you're going to do is look, Control F for ID and gunner, right? So that gets you, that's everything is labeled by ID. And this is what the file that you're going to, I mean, it's hard to read this, right? Because it's a gigantic JSON file, but there's going to be a bunch of numbers here. It's going to say base type unit data, because that's it, the base of an EXO is a unit data, or that's the type, right? It's a unit data. And so you can copy, you can see if you use cursor, it'll highlight like the line all the way down to here, and you can see that's essentially the part that you need. And so we're going to create a new file. We'll call it newexo.json and paste that in there. And the important part is that you change the ID. Well, okay, let's start off with editing the existing gunner, right? So we've pre-placed our gunner, like this guy exists in the world here, and we can just edit him instead. If the ID is the same, like exactly gunner, it will override the actual one. If you change it at all, it'll create a new unit. So we can call this new EXO later. Actually, let's just call it gunner for now, and I'll make another copy. But this is a gunner. Let's say we want to change his name to gunner, because right now it's EXO. Let's call it EXO2. All right. Then if we jump in here and we hit test map, the name of the unit will be EXO2, and you can also, and I'll come back in a second, but you can also change like how veterancy changes things. Like if you wanted to give it more health on veterancy or more damage, you can change. Let's see. It's you generally just want to explore here, explore what this file is, and you can see like you can change its health. You give the EXO energy. But let's see. So my EXO is right here. It's named EXO2 instead. If you want to change things like damage, you're gonna have to start digging. It's a little bit convoluted. You're gonna have to dig through. You're gonna start tracing, right? So every unit has a thing called weapon list, and you can see what the weapon is. So in this case, it's gunner weapon, and so you can search for that by searching for the ID again in the runtime JSON, and you'll find gunner weapon here. And so if we want to override this, we want to change the damage, we're going to copy and paste it over. Gunner weapon.json. The name of the file doesn't actually matter. I like to keep the name of the file the same as the ID, but it doesn't matter. And you can override this. You can give it, let's see, where's the damage? Oh, so this is the weapon, right? But the weapon actually, the damage is dealt by, sorry. this is what shows the damage. Display effect. That's why, display. And then the actual damage is dealt by weapon fire. So weapon fire, you can control, like, for example, the Archangel in Avatar mode does like a line attack. It'll shoot like a projectile, and so that's why it's a little convoluted like this, where there's it's pretty flexible in that you have a bunch of things here. Let's create another copy here. We have gunner weapon set.json. And that does gunner weapon damage. You actually don't have to what am I doing here? You don't actually have to copy and paste every one of these. I'll do it in a second. If we're just changing the damage here, we could do gunner weapon. God damn it. Damage.json. There we go. Okay. All we have to do is edit this. So we can make this, 200. We don't actually need to copy and paste all this other stuff. We can get rid of that. Because all you need to include is your changes. I am gonna keep it though. Oh, no. I'm just gonna delete it. Yeah, all you need is your changes. You can jump back over here. It's also easier. It's faster if you jump into the editor via logging out and doing it offline instead of clicking the map every time. But, anyways, where are we? So we're at the we're making the exo copy, and now his damage is 200, right? Because we've overridden that, and we can kill our own base and cause us to lose. And it's not doing exactly 200 because of armor and whatnot, of course. But yeah, that'll be that. And so the second part of this is creating your own unit, right? So if we create gunner, where was the ID? I could control F for it, I guess. Gunner 2. We're gonna create, a new unit. The limitations that we have right now is that we can't add new models, but you can't add visual. We're unable to change things on the visual side, but you can change everything else, like on the back end. So we have gunner 2. Actually, let me make a copy of this. We'll call this gunner 2. And under pre-placed, right, we'll replace. So every one of these things, there's a long hash here along a string. Every one of those is a unit. So if I add another unit, actually, here, let me do that. Let me add another unit. We're gonna Control D to copy, or to duplicate. Control D will duplicate, and then we're gonna save. Control S to save. Then we're gonna come back here, and now we have 2 of these strings. And we can change one of these to gunner 2. So now this is a completely different unit. We can make, I don't know, what can we do? We can make its movement speed very fast. Let's do that. Let's make it 15. So this is so we've edited the regular EXO, and now we're creating a new EXO. So these 2 guys are different. They're both named EXO2 because I messed that up, but as you can see, one of them is faster than the other. So yeah, that's how you would create new units and edit existing ones. So this is the edited one, and this is the completely new one. But yeah, you have to be careful about tooltips and stuff, and you kind of just have to do a lot of exploring and trial and error. Like tooltips is based on the button, and like speed is one of the things that's already